Hi, everyone, on this beautiful, wonderful autumn Saturday. It's almost 11 o'clock, and we've received 4 tickets as a gift from my best friend's mom to the opera, where we're going to watch the dress rehearsal of a children's performance called The Little Chimney Sweet Boy. But of course, we came down to the M1 Metro, and I'd like to share a few interesting facts about it with you. It was the first underground railway in Europe on the continent, inaugurated in 1896 for the Millennium celebrations when Hungary celebrated its 1000th anniversary. This was the second metro in the world. The first, of course, is in London, and the first one on the European mainland. There was even a royal visit on this metro line. Emperor Franz Joseph himself tried it out at the inauguration, and one of the very first trains was named after him. The entire line is 4.4 kilometers long, connecting City Park with the downtown area, and this metro line runs all the way under Andrassy Avenue. When it opened, it had 11 stations, several of which have preserved their original atmosphere to this day. At Diak Ferenc Square, there is an underground railway museum, which is also worth visiting. It has a truly nostalgic atmosphere. The original cars were smaller and lower than those used in Hungary, and it has been part of the World Heritage since 2002. And in the meantime, we've arrived here at the opera, and of course, I'd like to tell you a little about it as well. The opera is located on Andrassy Avenue in the heart of Budapest and was built in 1880. It opened in 1884, and it's a neo-Renaissance style palace. In my opinion, it's one of the most beautiful buildings in the capital, and I always love coming here. It was designed by Miklós Ybl, one of the greatest Hungarian architects of the 19th century, and I think the Opera House is one of his masterpieces. The exterior is also very interesting and exciting. Besides the ornate facade, you can see statues of Ferenc Erkel and Ferenc Liszt standing on the front. The interior is beautiful as well, with gilded decorations, frescoes, and stunning crystal chandeliers. It's one of the most beautiful opera houses in the world. Its acoustics are also outstanding on a global scale. After the opera houses in Pécs and Milan, it is considered the third best in the world. The Opera House, as a center of opera and ballet in Hungary, has staged great works here that have become classics, and the biggest international stars have also performed on its stage. Its opening performance was held in 1884, and Franz Joseph not only attended the first underground railway, but also took part in the very first opening performance at the Opera House. Beneath the building runs a very interesting tunnel system, which was originally designed to facilitate the movement of sets and props. I'll be coming back here soon for a guided tour, and then hopefully I'll be able to tell you much more about it. I was honestly blown away by this box. It's just so comfortable that you can hang up your coats here. I only wish the camera could capture the whole atmosphere, the beautiful fiery red silk wallpaper, the gilded mirror where back in the day elegant ladies could fix their hair, and look, now I'm here too, and the breathtaking panorama, there's really no other word for it, toward the stage. And just look at this building. It's truly stunning. If you haven't been here, it's definitely worth a visit, even if it's just for a guided tour. This building is truly a marvel. The kids were completely amazed wherever we went. All I kept hearing was, "Wow, Mom, this is so beautiful." They absolutely loved it. So once again, thank you so much for the tickets. It really is a wonderful experience, and just look at how beautiful it is. And what I think is a great idea is, let me try to show you this little device. You can basically select a tablet and you can choose whether you want to see the subtitles in English or Hungarian. The reason for this is that thankfully so many tourists visit Budapest and Hungary, and this way they can fully enjoy the performance as well. But look, we were able to put our things down. There was a little table. It's so nice not to have to stand in line at the cloakroom. I've become a box seat fan. And then after all the effort, we finally managed it. Thank God, that's truly it. We successfully did it. The entire show is now officially over, and it was a truly great experience. I also completely forgot to mention earlier that the box seats offer another significant and often overlooked advantage. You can discreetly go to the bathroom during the performance without the awkward necessity of having to squeeze past numerous other patrons and making the whole audience stand up just so you can quickly go pee. I genuinely think that this particular convenience is especially important when you are attending with kids. The stage itself is surprisingly deep and impressively tall, but it is certainly not as overwhelmingly huge as the stages found in many modern opera houses. I think that's exactly what gives it such a special atmosphere. The auditorium is shaped like a horseshoe and seats about 1,200 people. Meanwhile, they had to start dismantling the set, and I don't know how well the camera captures it, but there is an insanely huge space behind the stage. You know, back in the day, they even brought horses up onto the stage. Here you can see the entrances to the boxes. It's just so beautiful and elegant. Behind every door, there's a wonderful box. Unfortunately, it's time for us to leave, but I would still like to talk to you a little bit about the main staircase. You see, entering the opera is a monumental experience. Now we're heading out, but when the audience entered the opera, this is where they got their first wow moment, like the staircase, which is palace-like, adorned with ornate marble columns, gilded railings, and frescoes. It doesn't just serve as a passageway, but as a symbol of elegance and splendor. The idea is to make visitors feel as if they themselves are part of the performance from the very moment they enter. It is filled with murals. The ceilings and walls were painted by famous Hungarian masters, such as the frescoes of Károly Lotz, which depict mythological themes and allegorical scenes. In the 19th century, it was also a center of social life. Not only the performance mattered, but the social scene as well. The staircase was one of the main venues for meetings, socializing, and elegant promenades. Well, unfortunately, now we ourselves are leaving the building, and I hope that we will return here as soon as possible. As I was walking here, a film came to mind, Midnight in Paris. I don't know what its title was in English, but somehow I can really imagine myself in the 1920s, standing here with my best friend, wearing long evening dresses, pearl necklaces around our necks, and delicately holding a cigarette holder in our hands. We would have watched as the elegant gentleman walked up the stairs, and we would have hoped that the next day we'd be riding in a carriage on Margaret Island, swept up in a grand romance. But back to the present, I'll show you the frescoes, but it's time to leave the building. You should know that they really do usher you out, so you can't really stay inside for long, even though we would have loved to have another coffee. One more interesting thing at the end, opposite the Opera House, there's a beautiful building that was renovated not too long ago. You'll see it in a moment. And it's used by the staff of the Opera House. In fact, there's an underground passage system, here it is, which connects it to the Opera House, so if the weather is rainy, they can easily move from one building to the other. All you have to do now is subscribe to the channel. It's just one click for you, but it means a lot to me. I need 1,000 subscribers. Bye!